This is Yaya Diamond, and I want to welcome you to the show today. Man, I am so excited to have my girl Mel on the show. What's up, Melody? Girl, what's going on?
A lot, and it's been a wild ride to produce UnGuru and to show people that there really is a way out.
That's right. That's right. UnGuru Your Life. UnGuruYourLife.com. So I have to say this, why did we pause UnGuru? What was going on with that?
Well, I think when COVID hit, I think the poisons that are in people, and everybody doesn't really understand media and the Smith and Munt Act. So I think people lost their minds. So trying to find everyday people to run really good businesses and teach people the life skills was it's just incredible. From people who thought space aliens were landing, we're now seeing reality, in media. It was bought out. It was taken over. We're seeing this with Kanye for president. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's always telling the truth, and people don't understand media. So when the Smith and Munt Act changed in 2013, that allowed bloggers, and stringers to get in and do all the back kick, white gloving, money selling, click ups, Google AdSense. I mean, they made a lot of money, but they don't understand that that's illegal and that is going to be being, recalled. So we're seeing this with the big NFT guy that went down overnight. So we are seeing what the government does, and the government is not bad, we're pacifists, is they have to go to the color of the letter of the law. This is not our government. You just have entities and rings within rings that are corrupt, and not all of them are corrupt. People know that are wealthy in your family, in your communities. They really just want you to vote on the left or the right because it keeps their family wealth rolling on the stock market and what they're invested in, whether it's charities, foundations, corporations, real estate, any number of those things. They don't really care about you, and that's why we're pacifists, so pacifism means that you are unrigged and at peace from the government, and that is your legal right. And that means they have no control over you, and they view you as an equal. You are respected. You just need to follow all public laws.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that, people are so confused.
Yeah.
And so finding normal people was, these came with incredible resumes, because one of I don't have Facebook money, but I was gifted close to $1 million to put this on. And a lot of that went into research, because there's so much controlled opposition in health, in law, in everything else. And let's give for instance, Joe Rogan. I was invited on his show twice, and he's really vying for this. And I said, that will just bring political PACs into our community that will absolutely destroy it. They will start fights. You know what I mean? And we're not that. We're a business club. So people just need to understand what media is, and we do explain that. And they do need to get off the machines, because these machines are causing massive mental illnesses. And there's 4 things that protect, like we talk about. That's why we're very interactive and low dose.
Yeah, definitely. So you talk a lot about the zombie apocalypse. What is that?
Well, we're seeing it now. People don't understand that basically our communities are differing kinds of crime rates. So if you've got fires going on and people being gunned down everywhere, these are vendettas that are happening. And these crime rings have been around for 100 years. And again, there's nothing wrong with government. It is the people. It's the people in our communities that have done this. So the zombie apocalypse, like Okay, let's say the medical mafias, which everybody wants to get away from. They don't understand law. In 1996, well, geez, in 1973, they made medicine for profit. So that's why people are so sick. In 1996, the HIPAA law passed, which you think it protects you, it doesn't. So they share that with all the data miners, all the big consumers, the stock market, Wall Street, to advertise directly to you. So, and then with the voice to skull technologies through this, all of a sudden you're finding yourself on Etsy or eBay buying shit you don't need. So I mean, it's all coming to order though, because it's highly illegal.
Yeah.
So the world for the last 200 years, has literally trained people to be narcissists. Just add the poisons and the parasites and the bacteria and the biowarfare. So that's what we're seeing. Families blown up, blown apart. We don't need to worry about, going on forever about being hurt by narcissists. We all have been. What we need to do is identify. And that's why it's so important that we have community-based networking and community-based knowing who to do business with worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the zombie apocalypse is going to get 10 times worse because people are crazy. So I'm not kidding. So, that's why we're moving well into the private, and you just got to leave those people alone. You've got to heal and move forward, and you've got to be able to detect them. You can detect them by eyebrows. You can detect them by how they look at you. And that's kind of the zombie apocalypse. And with the medical mafia apocalypse, we're headed for a health crisis. Who do you trust? Well, worldwide, we have doctors. Plus, we're opening up a boutique medical clinic, which we will get to. A whole lifestyle center we're opening. So that's the zombie apocalypse. And how else do you get control of a really corrupt world other than to lock it down?
Yeah.
That's what's happening. So if people don't understand how to read real law and what's really going on economically in Wall Street, banking and commerce, you can see these people are all being arrested and their wealth is being stripped from them. You've got billionaires that are just giving away their companies. Okay. They're just giving them away. They're just giving them back to the government.
I saw that. Like they're giving them because they know that whoever receives it is now under the detriment or the prerequisite of what they're getting or receiving. So basically, if they're getting a company that has been taxed and they didn't pay their taxes and they give it to you, now you have to pay those taxes.
Yeah, it's a little more nefarious than that because these people want to survive. So these people that have done this to society in those big billionaire corporations are making a deal with government. So yes, they're making deals. Woo! Because everybody thinks Satan's going to rule the world. That's not the case. That's not the case. They're coming to order. So you will see just tons of billionaires giving away their businesses because they have been tracked for 60, 70 years and they have created genocide. The arms dealers, and just everyday businesses that have put poisons into their food.
Oh man, I don't want a piece. I don't even want a penny. I don't even want a half a penny. Okay. I don't want any of it. So I don't want any of it. Oh my gosh.
There's so much beauty going on, but you can't have vigilante because if people really knew who their neighbors were behind closed doors on the left and the right, we would have vigilantism. We would really have vigilantism. So government is good. It's coming to order. And you got to read the real news to see the step downs that are happening. Now they haven't gotten to the mid-levelers like the people we went to school with, the authorized drug dealers in our school, and because drugs will become legal. We talked about this before. Oregon, they're testing it out, and who deserves the restitution in the cities is the Crips, the Bloods, the Kings, the disciples, those kinds of people that their families were ravaged And in the South, it'll be the bikers and the Dixie Mafia and things like that. It's like in Amsterdam. Just stop the hurting of the children. The hurting of the children, which is a parasitical and genetic infection. It's all eugenics and genetics.
Wow. Wow.
So,
I wanted to ask you a question. What is law, by the way?
I did want to play something for you really quick, and people are going to trip out. We've been trying to tell people this for years, but you can't tell people that due to poisons and what they have done to us over the last, since the Civil War, basically. I like to call this time Capone's revenge, because if Capone would have gotten the legal licensure, we would have been great for 200 years, because that man tried to buy farming. That man tried to buy sports so it wouldn't be rigged. That man tried everything, and he was the wealthiest man in the world, and he just ran good prostitution establishments. And I think the women were off their back at 40, and if anybody hurt those women, it would have to be approved, but those men didn't survive. And he ran a good nightclub. He protected our Black musicians and made sure that they were safe. But if he would have won the legal licensure, this would have gone on for another 200 years, and we would have had peace on earth. And I don't think that we would have a dimension left, because the evil would have just rose again. You know what I mean? So I think it had to happen this way. But here's what real law is.
They say that on television all the time. They always say it look at their theories. Counselor, all the kind of lawyers talk to each other that way? No. You ought to hear lawyers talk to each other. This is a most fascinating book. As I mentioned to you briefly in a little time we had to stay low before the program, I get probably 30 or 40 books a month from people who appear on the show, and most of you don't have a chance to really look through. You look some of the highlights. And I set up the last 2 nights with this book and called A Reasonable Doubt, and got so fascinated. I guess the lay people who don't know much about the workings of the law, this is all fascinating. I'm glad you like it, what you do. Most interesting. One statement you had in here, it says when you are defending somebody, you say the first thing that you tell them is never plead guilty. Never plead guilty. Every man's entitled to a trial. He's presumed to be innocent until the contrary is proved to a moral certainty beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's his right under the law, and he ought to avail himself of that right. So never plead guilty. Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. What is your name? What is your name? I refuse to answer. No. My name is Johnny Carson. How do you know that to be your name? Well, it's on a birth certificate, legally recorded. That's hearsay. That's hearsay? Of course. I mean, if it's legally recorded, that's still hearsay. Suppose you were born, and I must assume that you were born because you're here tonight, but there's a certificate made out not by you, certificate made out by somebody else, that a boy child was born to Mr. and Mrs. Carson, and that he is named Johnny. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that you know that to be the fact. That means you have read that to be the fact. Okay? Yeah, I see what you mean. In other words, I only have to go by what is recorded. You're pleading guilty to something that you don't know of your own knowledge. In other words, I should have said, if somebody asked me who I am, I'd say I plead not guilty. Right? No. He doesn't go, plead not guilty. I see what you mean. That is hearsay. I'm only accepting what somebody has said. Somebody else has said. Well, that would be legal. I mean, if you come in with a birth certificate, that proves you're born. Well, birth certificates are legal until they're attacked and proved to be invalid. That has happened too.
Katie told you, didn't she? You see, souls without sin can't be marked. Makes them tough to control. But as long as I keep the boat afloat, we'll all go down together.
What the fuck are you?
A salvager. Just like you. You collect ships, I collect souls. And when I fill my quota, I send a boatload home. This will make management happy. See, it's a job given to me after a lifetime of sin. So if I lose this ship, management won't be happy, which is not a good thing. I don't seem to be getting through to you. What I'm asking for is an exchange, this ship for your life.
I want my crew back.
Sorry. Once the passengers mark their mind.
Then I guess it's over.
We gave you a great opportunity. Shoot me?
Was written by the winners, aren't they? So the winners, right, wherever they want to fight. You know, the vampiric consciousness that is here has created religions or sport or philosophies or any of those. It doesn't. They don't care particularly which one you follow or which one you attach to. It's none of their business which one you do, as long as you attach to one of them. So they've hijacked the subconscious of the real creators. This particular planet, Earth, is an anagram for heart. So this planet here was the one that they want to take control of. They want to make us like them. They want to make us like them. It's like the veil completely gets pulled away. And some people are not even when it's right in front of their face, still not acting. The transition into you is going to be intense. It's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. It's in the hands of the people. We're the creators. They are the creators. They can't create. We can. Take responsibility for us.
Wow. 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 Okay. I got nothing.
Not all bar attorneys and judges understood. They're not all bad. They know now. So we don't belong, we cannot serve two masters. So when that birth certificate in 1933 is a bond, you know how the Rothschilds say, I own nothing and control everything. So you kind of have to be in banking and commerce, equity, and you have to be what I call multiple personalities. You have your private person and your private home. They see you as a major. If you don't unrig from your voting licensure, your marriage licenses, they have control over you. Because that means that to them, because it's just business, that they can basically make you their human farm animal. And yes, your community people know this. So all it is banking, commerce, equity, secured party creditor, and then rolling a really good business. The grants out there are outstanding, and there's excellent organizations to work with. So wow. The law remedy schmucks are liars. They want you to fight for your rights. That's against the law of nations, and the law of nations is supreme. We have been globalized since 1933. So if you work in banking and commerce, you're not going to have a problem. There's so many grants out there, so many beautiful things to do ethically.
Wow.
Yeah, because your police organization is just an association. Hire private armed guards to be the liaison. Your drivers association, these are just associations that are contractors for the government, and the government is really pissed because they can't get control of any of their agencies, whether it's CIA, MI6, all this other kind of stuff. It's all infighting. So, and it's all corrupt. So that's pacifism. And people want to say pacifism, oh, you're not a patriot. Well, what does pacifism lean towards? Libertarianism, freedom, taking care of those that are in your community, individualism, realism. We're funny. We're not politically correct. We just see everything. We see, when I was 11 years old, my family ran from genocide. I was told you can't tell the truth. You're surrounded by crime syndicates. You're growing up with crime syndicates. Stay away from those kids. Stay away from those Trustafarians. They're no good. And I was told who I could marry, what I had to look for. Married 33 years, 4 kids later. We knew this was happening. We knew that they were poisoning the farms, the food, the air, the water, medicine. We couldn't say anything. Because we would have been, a coconut would have hit our head. For $5, you can hire a coconut thrower. Because whistleblowers die. They don't get to make a career out of it. It's just more money and whatever at the end of the day, their political PACs, their little, whatever it is. And that's why pacifism. Wow. It's now a class war of ethics.
Wow. Well, I got nothing to say. I got nothing, because it's just, you know it, but you try to ignore it.
Well, I think that, I thought myself, because bioweapons happened in my community. Shortly after 2004, they raised the cell towers. Now, one of our partners is the Environmental Health Trust. When people learn how to stand on their square, they can get the 5G removed from their neighborhoods, because it's illegal. All they have to do is go and file an affidavit with the clerk of courts, and it's gone the next day. So we're going to be doing mock trials, theatrical, interactive mock trials. We're going to teach people how easy it is to declare that they are at peace with this government, send it to all the officials, run it in the newspapers, and we're going to teach people how to get business credit, what angel funders are out there, everything
Awesome.
to be
Awesome. So that leads me into what shows do you have coming up? Because I know most people will be interested in all of this.
Yeah, well, we have changed our entire format. You and I are going to be doing a show. We have to decide on what we're going to be doing. There's so much we can do about women, about in black and white. That has to be discussed completely. So that's interactive. And what does that look like? We have a teaser that goes out on all of our media, because we're an ensemble, yet we're each our own individual businesses, which is what we are teaching artists to do. What should artists invest in so they can give back to the people that, like Chappelle was going to do before they replaced the Chappelle with the new Chappelle, who isn't Chappelle. Because Chappelle was from Ohio. He was like you and I. And now he's got a whole new identity, and that does not look like him. And he disappeared for 4 years. Yeah. So we all know this. We all know this by now. It's just dumb. Turn it off. They're not coming to get you. Nobody's coming to get you. So the shows we have, we're going to do some interactive games, like on spotting the occult in the movie, because it's always fun, because they're always talking about parasites and technology. They're always talking. I mean, that's what it is at the end of the day. Decoding that. Which Hollywood people are good? You know which ones are good. They're not in the tabloids. They're in the tabloids. They're not tabloid people. Like our favorite, Denzel. Google that. I don't have Hollywood friends. He doesn't. He's a family man.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have Hollywood friends. So, and that's why I never went professional in my rock opera company, even though we won awards all over the world. And I still have an original rock opera in rotation today, because I knew I would be knocked on the door and they would tell me to sex it up, or they would tell me to backmask it with black and white noise and digital drugs. And I knew this, but that was the only way my industry was able to fund me, but I didn't need it. I didn't need it. So the shows we have coming up, we're going to have cooking together. We have cooking with this, and there's a lot of cooking things that can happen because there's different styles, but it's 30 minutes. I know you and your mom do that. That would be great to have. But then it's teaching you what to buy, what to get, what health, to do. And we have Grandma Noni coming on, who smokes a cigarette and drinks her sherry and bitches with her daughter, and in a half hour will make an Italian dinner that will knock your socks off.
Oh my gosh.
And then sit around and talk with you about it, because it's interactive. We have to get interactive and stay off these machines and automate. Some of the other shows we have coming up are comedy sports. We're working with Guitar Center to get music in the kids' hands again, because all they're doing is this electronic crap, and it's not fine with me. I ran a rock opera company for 22 years. It was a requirement for my kids to learn an instrument. And so that, besides the basic ensemble that we have covering many different things, we have mysteries. Valerie Lopez is a new ensemble member, and she will be covering foreclosure mills. We'll be covering how to get you completely in the private, and what to do on how to get a forensic audit on your home note, because 90% of them are illegal. So and we'll teach you how to hand that back, and you've got your house free and clear. So this is what they're doing. You've got the bar attorneys, the real estate agents in bed with Wall Street and judges. And we're not afraid to expose this anymore, because we've got the green light from really good left and right politicians that the truth is no longer dangerous. Wow. So we're going to teach people, the truth is no longer dangerous. It's a beautiful time to be alive, but these life skills are so important. So not only do we have that entertainment aspect, from minimalization to getting rid of your thousands of supplements that you don't need, all of that in one place, in a very low use, low dose, but high vibe interactive platform. The games are going to be hilarious, because we've got sponsorships and booties to give away. And what does booty mean? That means money. And they're going to be fun. So we've changed it to professional. We've completely changed it to professional.
Awesome. That is so cool. And it's all going to be on unguruyourlife.com. So how does the membership work?
The membership, we are not going to have people in our community until probably the end of February, because we're going to be producing these shows, media training, getting all the contracts fixed, because how do you prevent this? Everybody has to be their own business, period. So we've got to do a little bit of reworking on that. The community is very low use, but since everybody's background check, pick up the phone and do business. We want to get acutely local. We want to know who's in our community. We want to know what bars aren't serving us poison, or where we can go for billiards, or, what farms we can directly buy from. Mm-hmm. Because when you have your farmers market, those are all bullshit too, because they just buy their crap out of the store and resell it for $20 more. We're done with the corruption. That's just, the way it is.
Yeah. Wow. So what is the UnGuru platform going to be like, or what is it like?
Well, it's like Facebook, but everybody can, as long as you can sell your business, an insurance agent, so on and so forth. Anybody can sell. They have to pass, the accreditation, kosher accreditation for products, small products. No white gloving. There is no such thing as that. We are looking for middle and upper middle class worldwide. Mm-hmm. So pick up the phone, do business, but we're gatekeeping. And then how that works is this initial one, once we get 10,000 in that community, the broadcast ensemble will stay the same, but we're going to do an algorithm, and then the next community will bump out so people know who to trust. Right. And again, with newspapers, we're elevating people and getting them press credentialed, because as you just got your press credentials, that puts you in a completely protected class. Yeah.
Yes, it does for travel as well.
and travel as well. So, this is when I say you've got to be kind of multiple personalities. You are your private person with your own contract to your own creator, but then you are Yaya, the journalist, or,
Right.
Yaya, the entertainer, or whatever. This is why you see all of these stars and all of these people are changing their names because they caught on.
Oh yeah.
And
You
so,
gotta
yeah.
catch on. You gotta catch on. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Yeah, definitely. So, okay, so UnGuruYourLife.com, you got the membership platform and all that. You got a lot of different things. What are the apps coming up on the show?
We're going to do a WhatsApp. We are going to do a shop app because we have to still get you a list of all the stuff we want you to put on
Right.
Amazon.
Mhm.
But then we've got the small shops because Etsy, eBay, all of those things, they don't really background check those people. And
Right.
then plus like VRBO, things like that, they're charging them 30%. We only charge 10%. You still got to be accredited. You still got to go through our accreditation. But that's going to be for shops. We want people to buy acutely local as possible and then worldwide.
Awesome.
You know.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
what's the shift?
Oh wait, I wanted to tell you one more thing. We're
Go ahead.
doing a WhatsApp. A WhatsApp.
Yeah, I know you said that.
I
The
did.
WhatsApp is
Sorry.
like, okay, so you got that big shift. It's like, okay, so when I first heard of UnGuru, it was a little bit more simpler. It was like, we were going forward, and then like the whole COVID thing happened. And now to me, this is like a shift. What's the shift?
Shift is a lifestyle community center. It is going to be 27,000 square feet. Our first home base is here. It's going to have boutique medical. It's going to be franchised out during we have co-working. We have a 300 seat bar, Harlem style bar, a cigar bar, smoking lounge, chess, billiards. We have a complete fitness spa, but it's separated by family, men's, women. We have homeschooling, kid care, the whole nine. We have an arena outside, a 500 feet arena, a dog park, and it's private armed guards. So it's a lifestyle social club.
That wasn't in there before.
No, we just did this enterprise business plan because we're working with doctors who really care. And we're working with people who really care. And it's affordable for middle and upper middle class. And it's going to go by community because our capacity is 10,000. So then people can franchise that out. We're going to have a community garden on site, and it's open 24/7 to members.
Nice.
And we even have an apartment building on there for our private armed guards. A family will be living on site.
Wow.
Get back to that. Jiu-jitsu, dance, culinary kitchen. Everything's going to be chemical free. And we still have a cigar bar and smoking lounge.
So let me ask you a question. What's going on in the world today, in your opinion?
Blackmail. That's all. They're coming to order. So everything you see on the media is to keep. There's two faults. It's good and it's bad. So the media is keeping your eyes off of reality because you can't have vigilante. And then it's also making a lot of money, which is going to be ripped, because they do the click ups, the click banks, and people don't understand that it's fake. All of it's fake, but they have to disclose that. And that is the law. So again, with law, it's this dragnet stuff. Those white glovers that haven't disclosed that they're brokering websites out there that haven't disclosed that it's white gloves. Any money they have made from that is going back to the government.
Oh yeah.
They forgot those laws. So yeah, they forgot those laws.
Wow. Okay, so it's like this. I am so excited about the youth. What can be done about them?
The youth need to learn entrepreneurship, and
yes, I totally agree with you.
And that's what we're doing. My 17-year-old is about to buy his first home. So I pulled them out to homeschool, and with Terrell from Tulane and Forth, he is a huge mentor because the boy lost his mother and father by the time he was 15 and hit the streets, hit the gangs, and taught himself everything that he needed to know about creating assets and wealth. So at 17 years old, my son is going to be a homeowner.
Wow. Congratulations.
Mhm. And he works the family businesses. And, again, we do need a place for millennials, which we are going to have a millennial show, a youth show,
Okay.
because they can't find anybody that's normal anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't think anybody is normal anymore. I think everything has been affected. I mean, all of us.
Well, I think we are. I think, we're bringing this down to the level of reality. I have no trouble with any kind of crime syndicates, but I know I can see them a mile away. I'm not going to go near their front businesses. I'm not going to
Right.
bother. I'm not going to bother them. That's not my job as a pacifist to tattle. It's not my job to be a whistleblower. Whistleblowers die. They don't get to make all this money off of whistleblowing.
I know that's right. I know
You
that's
know?
right.
There's great colleges, there's great academia, and they've always been talking and trying to stop the biolabs, the transhumanism, the poisons in the farms and stuff like that. So we're going to be bringing a lot of academia forward. What are the good colleges? I know the college your baby is going to is excellent.
Awesome.
It is. It's safe too, because
Good.
people don't understand that colleges are their own government. So
Yeah,
you
they
have
are.
to get the government records because they don't have to report the rape statistics. They don't have to report the crime statistics at all. But I do know my colleges because I have a kid in college as well. So you've got so much opportunity worldwide and so many regions competing for you to move there, like give you $50,000 to move there with your business.
Yeah, I know. That's
It's
because
not
they're
doable.
losing. Aren't they losing business?
What's happening is these people are going broke. So when you saw like the recall of the baby formulas, the
Right.
blow up of all of the farming and stuff, that's all poisons. Now it's under wraps. And we don't have a big enough voice to, and again, I got permission from, because, okay, it's like that meme that I swear I'm like that meme that conspiracy theory meme where that guy is trying to explain everything and he's got okay. So we'll try to take a step back here.
Okay, go ahead.
The corrupt are being taken care of. So there are so many regions, but they can't get up through the airwaves because they're tied down for good and bad reasons. So we know those regions to move. We know everything worldwide. Digital nomadry, residency programs. For $30,000, you can buy a home in Costa Rica, and that gives you 235 visas. So we will be, when the market busts and the health crisis is going to happen, but that's really avoidable if you take care of yourself. We will see restitution, but there will be 3 camps. There's going to be like the Amish people, those guys have, they take care of their own, or the Scientology people or whatever other kind of people, they haven't gotten their own municipalities pulled from them. There will be those of us that are in the private and will only do business with those that are transparent and have a wonderful time in this entire world. And then there will be those that are managed. And what does that mean? That means their family wealth is going to be stripped because blood money is illegal. So the Trustafarians won't have money left. Think of it this way. How many times did Trump file bankruptcy?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember. What was it like?
Million. I swear millions. Like 7 or 8 times. That's because he got rid of every blood cent, every blood money cent, because his father was a big crime guy. So blood money is illegal. So anybody that's opted into their trusts from blood money or has done nefarious things like plan, divide, and conquer agendas behind closed doors, it's all going back. So that's why you see the stack and packs built. They will be managed, and everybody's going to be on a social credit system. We are.
Yeah.
UnGuru is. We want to know who you are. Show us your lab tests. Well, I don't care about healthy, wealthy. I love healthy, wealthy, but show me where you got that money from.
I hear that.
Because we will
I
be
hear that.
like the Small Business Association, which teaches you and has all the access to the grants. You have angel investors galore out there, but they have to know that you have to run a good business. They have to know you're responsible. They're not just going to hand over money.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
true. True
That's
that.
not scary.
So I mean, what can we do about everybody in turmoil then? I mean, how are we gonna
Nothing. If somebody is not going to listen to you, and don't push them, because I call this system overload syndrome. The poisons are cooking in people so badly. You know, you've got rageaholics, you've got people that are so filled with anxiety, thinking that the space aliens are going to land, which if they do, it's NASA that's going to make it happen. I mean, you can go on Stars and Stripes and Lockheed and Martin and see the absolute weaponry that could blow up this whole entire planet that they have. It's ridiculous. So it's not fake. So that's it. You stop trying to make people wake up. Let's get to doing and taking care of our community. Stop trying to force people to be who you want them to be. Are they good people? You know?
It depends on who you talk to, really.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's not the same, right? Not everybody's good, even though they seem they are, but they're not.
That's where it's transparent. You have to
Right.
be transparent. Every family has got shit that's going on. You know,
Yeah.
I had a kid that had to recover from marijuana addiction because that marijuana ain't my weed of the 80s. So, and that's all coming to light too. 2 stints in executive rehab almost broke us. But I wasn't going to put her with the general monkeys. Now, if I would have been thinking, I would have put her in a 90-day hospital stay, and then it would have all been nutrition.
Yeah.
You know, so the medical field is completely changing.
We have a health crisis.
Well, clearly, you see how nuts people are.
I know.
You can buy direct from the farms that we have already lab tested, and make your own. You know, we found out that the gluten intolerant thing is bullshit.
It is. I know it is. It actually raises your sugar even more. I don't eat any of that stuff. Give me all my.
You were the one that turned me on to that.
Yes. It actually takes out the fiber, which makes it even more absorbable quicker into your system. It's like eating pasta without the wheat.
Yes. So we're going to be
sugar.
touring. We're going to be touring even in Florida. They have an ancestral farm. What is that? Quinoa, the good wheats. These are ancestral seeds.
Right. There's a few of them. And I absolutely love eating. There's only a very few a few products out there that are kosher that are actually using some of these wheats, the heirloom wheats, to actually help your body so that you're not getting diabetes, so that you're not getting, that fat in your that visceral fat around your organs. And I mean, it's terrible.
It's terrible, but it's incredible that we have all of these, and you wouldn't believe how many farms there are, and you want to buy acutely local as possible.
Yeah, definitely. And natural fruits, vegetables, things that you have to actually cook and clean for yourself instead of these processed foods. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that means meal prep. That means making that. Stop going to the grocery store. There's maybe 3 or 4 things you can buy at a health food store.
Yeah.
And it's packed with PFOAs and Teflons, even your clothes are. So we have all that. And it's mid to small size businesses. We're not doing the drop shipping, the Albia, the crap you don't need. We're getting rid of shit because everything's poison.
Everything. Wow. So I'm just so excited to have you here, Mel. I mean, we always have amazing talks together. And, but I want to go into, what is ethical media in business versus unethical?
We are ethical media, and we are bringing that back. You and I are ethical media. Again, media has to be paid for. People have to understand that media has to be paid for. Ethical media is telling the truth. Ethical media is not putting your name on something that is bullshit.
Thank you.
Ethical media also gets the special treatment. For some of the places that we will be touring to, that's not going to cost us anything. They want our name because they know we are ethical. We're going to check everything out too. So, and they want that because they want the good customers there.
Yeah.
So
I truly believe in that. I truly believe, like, okay, so you said this, you said it. I mean, why am I going to edit it out? Why am I going to make it look like anything different? That's what you said. I mean, you said it, so then you must mean it. So it's just going to go out there. And I tell people, if you don't want no one to know or anyone to know certain things, don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Just don't say it, because I'm not going to edit it like as if you said something different. I'm just going to leave what you said.
And I have standards, if somebody comes to me for an interview or to work for them, I have to know who they are. I do my homework. I do my homework because I ain't even going to step to somebody that isn't on the up and up. It's not okay. Taking the loopholes is wonderful because it's afforded to everybody, but not the fake stuff that's going on today.
Yeah. So what's with the conspiracy theories?
Oh my God.
I mean, okay. Yeah, I don't even want to get into it because it's crazy.
We're having comedy shows on that. We're having comedy shows on that. And again, it's to level people down because something really crazy did get in here and blow us all up. And it's got to do with technology and parasites. And we do get down to that. We do have scientists and archaeologists that will be coming on and parasitologists. People don't know that the octopus, it doesn't have any earthly properties. Well, how did that get here? Okay. But academics have been studying this for years. So again, all of your big conglomerates like, Disney and Paramount and everything else just moved into YouTube. And then all of a sudden, all of these content creators thought they were going to save the world by outing everything that has never been hidden. So yeah, it's never been hidden. So I know. And the octopus doesn't have any earthly properties. There is that toxoparasite that is in all of us that connects to this. And we'll be talking to the transhumanists and the eugenics and the cryogenics clubs and not being mean.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be legal. I think all biolabs should be destroyed. But as a journalist, I'm not going to say, you fucking maniac, although I really want to say that. I really want to say, wow, so we're putting two heads of a dog on a dog, and then we're creating robotics that are clones and all, because I do have permission to go to Clone8. So they're going to show me how they do it. So it's not hidden, it's not woohoo, and the conspiracy theorists were used to make money. They're, and just drive on. They don't care what you attach to, as long as you attach to something and keep scrolling. There's dual purposes for that.
Goodness.
Can't have vigilante, and they make money off of you. Like if you want to buy YouTube likes and views or anything else like that, you can. It's really cheap. So, but it's still going back to the same companies. But here's a good thing. Just looked at over the last couple of weeks, Silicon Valley's dead. Amazon is going broke. All of the social media companies are going broke, and they are laying off hundreds of thousands of people because everybody's vacating the bullshit.
It's crazy, especially since, small channels like me depend on, the social media, but not because we are fake, just because we're real.
And that's the problem. You're real. And that's why the ensemble works together to co-create to get us up there. And, the people that we can bring forth are incredible. And then guess what? Our shows, people don't have to sit behind. They're real. They're authentic. They don't have to sit behind the screen to get to participate.
Right. And we don't have to make up this, we don't have to like, okay, so like if you make up a story, you don't have to remember what story you made up for people. I mean, it was real.
Right.
It's true.
Right.
You know, if that's what it said, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Go back and
Yeah.
look at
Yes.
it.
Yes.
You know? Wow.
Totally. Yep.
Wow.
So where are
what's
we
the-
at?
That sounds like the great bait and switch. What is the great bait and switch, by the way?
It's what we've been talking about.
That's what I
You know,
thought.
the left and the right sides of the Reese Commission, Kickback Club, the bar attorneys, all of those people thought, ooh, we're gonna get our way. No, it's the great bait and switch, Caesar beatdown, because Caesar is pissed. So this technology, because he's pissed. I mean, you know, you got all he can't get a hold of his monkeys. So we are going to have a one world currency. We are going to see restitution. And that's so you can't have all of this sickness anymore. We will see red light districts and everything legal. It's going back to do no harm. Do no harm. It's going back to do no harm. And that's what it is. And it's no longer a secret because you can see them in your community just kind of back away and go, oh shit. They're not posting on social media anymore of what to give to. Buy my small business bullshit. Buy from my small business. They've got 80,000 small businesses connected together in a hedge fund because they came in, the project papers came into every community and muscled out all the real ma and pop stores. They call that the Hollywood blacklistings. That reached every corner of our world where they were, the commies and Nazis were calling our good small business owners commies and Nazis so they could take them over. So when I see buy from my small business, I say, show me what you invest in and who the hell you are behind closed doors. I don't mind healthy, wealthy. I don't, but I want to know who I'm giving my money to.
Yeah,
Every penny.
that's right. And I want to know as well. Wow. Wow. Well, yeah, definitely. Well, people can actually join UnGuru or even apply to unjoin, I should say, unguruyourlife.com. How can they do that?
Starting in February, because we're going to be doing, you know, media training. We're going to be getting this all up and working it out, making sure that everybody's encased in their own business, you know, our ensembles, getting the shops going, getting the live consults, because you can't have people just sitting in front of a machine anymore. We have to teach people basics, you know, to include percent signs even, because people are so freaked out that military trucks are coming to get them. I'm a two-tour combat journalist, okay? And this is where I got a bad case of complex PTSD. And I did ketamine, which is, you know, to get rid of it for almost 3 years. I did Kashmir, I did Yemen, and I did Venezuela. I didn't know that there wasn't like some Red Cross that was going to be there. And I'm photo journaling babies being thrown into trucks and I can't do anything about it, yet I'm surrounded by armed guards. I came home for I don't know where the disconnect was, because that's 6 months military training, you know? I don't know where the disconnect was with me on that. I thought I could take these people home. I thought people were doing something. When communities fall apart, it's because they've rolled the Stasis in to take over every system you got. And it's families and community neighbors that are harming one another when they could turn towards one another like we are doing to build something independent yet together. So yeah. So the world is not ending. We're not falling for this divide and conquer. We're going to fix this, and we're going to never allow monopolies to rule our lives again.
And that's where you guys can go in February. You can go ahead and sign up to become a member. It's not automatic now. You can sign up to become a member in February at unguruyourlife.com. We're going to have the link in the description box below so you can bookmark that and get ready, get your life in order, get everything planned and done. And if this is something that you want to pursue, you want to be a part of this amazing group of people who just want to live their lives and have a great time doing it, you need to join. unguruyourlife.com. February. That's when it's going to come out. I want to thank you guys so much. Mel, thank you, girlfriend.
Thank you so much, Yaya. I look forward to our endeavors together. And
Yes.
one day we're going to do all night roller skating and shuffle skating. We've got so much to do together. So thank you for everything you are.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You just brought it up. At nighttime, it's supposed to get really cold over here. It's marshmallow time. I got some kosher marshmallows. I got kosher marshmallows. I got kosher chocolate, and I got the kosher graham crackers, and I am going to at least make 2 of them tonight. Yes.
And we've got so much to do and talk about. And you know what?
Fireside.
Firesides. And you know what? On a side note, sugar is not going to kill you. Don't get the white sugar.
That's right.
Get the organic cane sugar. It's been around since the ancestral grains. Just limit your shit and have a bag of damn Cheetos once in a while, right? Freaking out. Freaking out.
Once in a while, it's not bad to have your thing, Don't eat it all the time, but definitely have it, treat yourself sometimes. You just, that way you don't go crazy.
We're dying of oxidative stress. That's what we're dying. I love you, girl. Thank you so much for everything.
No problem. Anytime. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. And I'm going to have all that information in the description box below so that you too can unguruyourlife.com.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.